Welcome back to the channel. Now, this has not been confirmed. I'm not seeing none of the headlines. But most people are talking about it on social media. In fact, we see LA Lewis step forward and make a video and deny any involvement. Somebody also tell about a video adding the compilation with a woman who had a message for Jamaica's chief prosecutor. Now, these are just another set of video statements from individuals after the DPP confirmed that her office would be seeking a retrial against Vybz Kartel. Something that both Bert Samuels and Isaac Buchanan have said that they don't believe that the Court of Appeal will be granting the DPP any retrial in the Vybz Kartel case. Of course, I'm going to hear all our one, and then we're going to continue the Reason Nation. Want to look and listen.
Paula Lewin. You see, everybody after them 2 cents for say, look at me, I'm a black woman just like you. Turn around and look, do you have any kids? Leave Kartel alone, it's about time. Leave the man alone. Paula Lewin, be careful the car when you're driving a flip. Because we can use spirituality and tie the steering and make the 4-wheel. No move, you know.
Car crash to the DP.
What a condition!
Now people say I'm me who be a Paula Lewin because car crash people. People, I know science nobody people. No. I go at the ancestral graveyard people and go do what the ancestors and tell me to do people. No. Remember you know? The ancestors them want DPP people. People like a Sherman because at the end of the day, I don't want nobody come tell a lie about me. Like and share the show people. Comment. Yeah. No. The show now people is to show say the ancestors them exist. No. I tell Paula Lewin, say, if she keep on continue keeping up corruption, the ancestors are going to deal with her, not me. Nobody can say them say be personal, walk, and go fuddle with Paula Lewin car. No, never do it. Nobody can say, who do see me hold the steers and make the car go bumper crusher, turn over, not like that.
Locked up for 13 years. Availability of witnesses. Is the witnesses available?
Right.
And we're not just talking about the material witness.
Yeah.
We're talking about officers who have retired, whatever. And then what of the evidence?
Right, the preservation of evidence.
What about publicity? What about the prospects of having a fair
Well,
hearing?
that was literally going to be my question. If a retrial takes place, how is it? Do you think that it would be fair for everyone charged?
Just the judges in their wisdom will be able to answer that.
Okay.
Because naturally, from where I sit, I am going to say no.
So you can't. So you don't want a retrial. That's what it sounds
It's not gonna happen.
So would it then be? Would he be then released on time serve, or would it?
No. He's not. There's no time. There's no time. In fact, there's a nice thing in the order when the king signed it that says pay the man them money for their legal fees that they wasted.
Proceedings, we are confident that they were very upset about the jury point that the judge allowed a juror who was allegedly trying to bribe the jury, allowed him to sit and continue to deliberate, that he sent them out 17 minutes before, after 64 days of trial. That was huge pressure on the jury. And the Director of Public Prosecution refused herself in his chambers and encouraged the judge to keep the juror who was allegedly bribing and to render a verdict with the bad apple. So this is a day for us to see whether it is right for a prosecutor, the chief prosecutor, to encourage a judge to keep a juror who has been bribing the others.
Now the people must still say, them not see how a retrial is going to take place and if the same evidence is going to be used. This what LA Lewis talk about. Me not see it in the headlines. Me don't know who tell him this. He's a man who have whole heap of different sources to give information. Me don't know. He might have to go tell me more details about the whole settings. Who he hear that from? Who tell him? When they Bert Samuels rise up Buchanan change them statement. Them still not believe the DPP will be granted any retrial. We still not hear any changes in her statement either. She still say her office will be seeking a retrial. There has been no changes in that. I'm going to say this. Both sets of attorneys, both the prosecution and defense, are attorneys that have studied law for years now. The DPP didn't state whether or not the Court of Appeal would grant the retrial. Archie says that based on protocol, based on what she do, and based on what she know about her office, they are preparing the documents for the retrial. The defense has said there will be no retrial. The UK say they must quash the murder conviction and they must send back the case to the Court of Appeal so they can decide if they want to do a retrial. Decide. And some people say the key word would be for them to decide. Not a key word, but key statement. So the choice is still up to the Court of Appeal. Will they go with the recommendation of the prosecution? We don't know. Seeing that Bert Samuels said what he said, and the DPP said what she said. A question was asked, and she, said what she said based on her opinion. The defense said what they said. It's not like the defense had no say in the matter. Now, with that being said, the judge wanted a recommendation, wanted her thoughts on the matter. It sounds like her opinion is considered very important. And being the chief prosecutor and the DPP, people would say very much so. Some people are still also asking the question, how long with Vybz Kartel, Sean Stam, Matsus and Cairo have to then wait for the court to make their decision? Obviously, the court is probably waiting on the submission from the office of the DPP. They're going to use that for also make them consideration on whether or not they're going to do a retrial. So that has to be done first thing. We don't know about the time limit. If this has to be done by a certain time or them can do it whenever. Keep in mind though, Isaac Buchanan being a human rights attorney, I could definitely be looking into that. Remember, he also point out say some money have to go pay back. I'm going to know the state. No one hear that. Well, all of the other high profile cases before the courts now. Former elected officials, former members of law enforcement, former members of the US Navy SEALs. I don't even know, maybe Retrial is still a part of the SEALs. We don't know. Or the US Navy. Not the Navy SEALs, but the US Navy. And with that being said, keep in mind, Vybz Kartel's trial was said to be the longest or one of the longest trials in Jamaican judicial history. So, think about the amount of resources that will have to be allocated towards that again. But talk to me in the comment section. Tell me what you think. If you're new to the channel, let's pass through. Click the subscribe icon and then the bell icon. And of course, put it on all. And this is how you know you'll be notified about fresh content as soon as fresh content is uploaded and made available for you right here on the platform. The like icon is also in close proximity to the share icon. Drop a like and bust a share. And tell a friend, tell them sister and them brother them for check out the channel, check out the reasoning. And also join the discussion in the comment section 24/7. It never lock it. Just be respectful and mindful of the guidelines. But other than that, drop your thoughts, your comments, and yes, your opinions there. And we can continue the reasoning via the comment section. Now a quick recap. LA Lewis deny any involvement, even though the situation I'm talk about has not been seen in headlines anywhere. So we don't know where him get that information from, who tell him this. But regardless, he might deny any involvement from early out. I better me just point out, say, I know nothing about that, and they not see the headlines. And the people are still saying that, based on statements from defense attorneys representing Vybz Kartel and Sean Storm, there will be no Vybz Kartel retrial, based on their opinion. The DPP statement has not changed, however, and she says her office is preparing documents for said retrial. Talk to me in the comment section. Until the reason again, of course, my statements for you and yours. I want to live, love, and prosper. I want to stay tuned until we reason again.